What's up, everyone? Welcome into the challenge, All Stars, episode 7. What about your friends? What? Jenna,
What?
Pam, how are you? That's the name of the episode.
Oh, okay.
Pam, way to find the episode title.
Oh, I didn't look. Now I make it a point not to look.
Right, it did give
She's
it away.
too busy looking too gorgeous in that red lip. We see you. Love the lipstick tonight.
Thank you.
What color did you say that lipstick was?
I said it was more coral than red.
Right. Oh, speaking of coral, isn't coral like a challenger from back in the day? Oh my
God. Sure is.
How appropriate that we're talking about the challenge tonight.
What was her quote?
That's what you wanted to bring up.
Yeah.
That was why you wanted me to talk about her lipstick.
I think coral is very appropriate to talking about the challenge. And yes, she said, I don't fight, I beat bitches up. Didn't
yes, I don't fight, I beat bitches up. Yeah.
Wait, while we're on our favorite lines of some badass bitches, I actually think about this way too often. I don't know why. Like, it comes in my head sometimes if I'm just like taking a walk or driving or like in the shower, shampooing my hair. Does that ever happen to you, like a song or like a quote?
There's a word for it. I know you like my words. It's called not schadenfreude is when you're happy about someone else's misery. Oh, it's called, the literal translation is French and it says, like, while I was walking down the stairs. It's when a thought pops into your head that like you have often. I will find out what the phrase is.
Find out the word. So from the challenge, from Anissa, it happens all the time. I think about when she's fighting with Trishelle and she goes, you cannot fight anyway, boo-boo, so it does not matter. I always think of that. You cannot fight anyway, so it doesn't matter. I don't know why I always think of it, but it's like weekly.
Yeah. I have something, let's get into, I have a recommendation and that sort of piggybacks off what you just said, but I'll hold it for the appropriate time. All
right. Well, speaking of Anissa, look at this awesome segue we're going to do.
Then this one was genuine.
Her and Isella are talking it up underneath, I don't know, some type of tarp or something at the beginning, and they're all cuddled up underneath this blanket. I think it's a tarp, more like a tarp, and whatever. And
I swear that was like a production, like lighting equipment. Like I swear it's something that you would put on windows for natural light. Like it was straight up from the production bus.
I use that type of blanket. I use that type of blanket in the back seat of my car when I put my photography equipment in it for gigs, so it doesn't wreck the photography equipment will wreck my seats. So I'm not sure why they were cuddling on it, but you're right. It's probably from the crew. And we come to find out, ladies, that apparently they are best friends.
Right.
I didn't know they were best friends.
Best friends.
And in 15 minutes.
Every day in real life.
In 15 minutes, apparently they're not going to be friends at all. So how much of best friends were they really?
Right. I'll wait. Yeah. But till we get there chronologically, but I'm so all over this. I have so many questions and so many comments. Yeah.
I was hoping we could start by talking about it, but if you really want to wait, why not?
Well, I mean, yeah, okay. Yes. So
did you know they were best friends, I guess is my question.
No, I don't care about that. I wanted to talk about their feud.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had no idea they were best friends. He's best friends with everybody.
I'm just confused that if they're such good best friends, how does this one thing like, oh, Anissa didn't vote for who I wanted her to? We're never talking.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. And the fact that anyone else, like that Jem was egging it on, and then it was the gossip time. I've got some more. But to me, I literally kept rewinding and rewatching the show, being like, what did I miss? Like, what did she do to her? Watch it again. Still don't see anything done to her. Watch it again. Still don't, to end your real life best friendship.
She wanted her to vote in.
I know, but it's so reindeer games. Like, I'm not playing it. Like, when they had their fight and Gisella's like, you stabbed me in the back. And she's like, how did I stab you? Like, how is that? Was she wanted to go against Alton or yes? Like, and not have Nehemiah.
I think Gisela overall, I think, was being a baby about it. The argument that I can make for her, but the thing what I could see from her perspective is, if Anissa is her best friend in the game, I know we're all like, best friend, huh? But let's just think about, you believe that you have that person, so therefore you think you're always going to have that number in your favor. So I could see that Gisela she wanted who she wanted for the elimination, and she assumed that Aneesa was going to vote her way.
I get all that. But so we're friends in real life. If we were on a show like this, and also it would make more sense to me if Gisella's logic was valid, but it completely wasn't. First of all, it's not fair. This isn't preschool. It doesn't, you had a turn and you had a turn, now you get a turn. No, that's why people vote. This is the challenge. It's not reindeer game, playtime, playground friends. And also, if you ask me, so obviously Gisella wanted who she thought they could beat. I'm assuming that was her logic.
No, her logic.
Why on earth would she want?
Pam, her logic is that yes, and who else did she want? Yes, and
Gisella's not the dictator of what's fair and what's not fair.
She said we're playing a fair game this season, and people that people that haven't gone in yet, that's who she wanted. So she wanted Yes to go in because he had never seen an elimination. But my problem with this whole thing is that she says, oh, but Derek hasn't seen one, but that's okay because if Mark didn't win the challenge, he got second. I'm like, who cares if Derek got second? Derek should be on the chopping block too. So Isella, your argument out the window of who you want to go in, because if it's Darrell, what about Darrell? Why not Darrell? He didn't do anything yet this season. So her saying, oh, Yes needs to go in because Yes hasn't done anything yet.
Well, Darrell was the other person that she wanted to go in. But,
so that's one. But the Derek one bothered me though.
Fair is not, and Gisella treating everyone like they're her kindergarten students is not, we're playing a fair game, guys. Like, no, who declared that?
She did go preschool teacher on them. And that's been my issue with Isella this entire season. Like, I loved her right out of the gate in episode 1. I thought she was working and trying really hard in the first challenge. She was one of the competitors who was actually good in the first challenge, but
she was great.
And I loved her episode 1, but since then she started to piss me off more and more every episode because of this reason that I think she truly thinks she can dictate the entire house and her way has to go. And that's what pissed me off is like, I could understand if you wanted Aneesa to vote in your favor because you guys are challenge best friends, or you thought she would, you could be upset by it. But Isella is so like my way or the highway. Like she truly thinks everybody should do what she wants. And it's annoying. And she's very like aggressive with it. When she was on a team with Kellyanne and Kendall, she was like, it's either going to be you two that are captains, but not me. Why? Because Kendall, you didn't perform well in the first challenge, not because she didn't perform well, because Kendall essentially quit. You know, she didn't want to compete in that one challenge where you had to step block by block. So Isella said, I'm not going to be captain because I can't trust you to quit again, which was a valid point. But why Kellyanne? Like, why throw Kellyanne under the bus? Like, she just seems to be manipulating the situation every time and coming off so aggressive that she thinks that her opinion, her idea rules the house. Like, she thinks everybody should do what she wants and what she thinks.
Absolutely.
You're not the only person that lost that challenge. Big Easy also lost, and he wanted Nehemiah. So you can't just solo choose who you want. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Well,
exactly. Also, go ahead.
We can talk more about her later because there's a lot to do. But speaking of getting thrown under the bus, we did have a daily challenge this week called Rib Cage Pass. Super simple instructions to follow. I was thinking of you, Jenna, when TJ was explaining the rules. I did not zone out. It was right there. Go make a basket, go back and forth. Oh my God. Challenge 36. Why couldn't you come up with something like this? Another fantastic daily challenge. It was, and what they did, another great twist they did, ladies, individuals. Why not, right? Why not mix it up? Why not give us a twist? And that's why this season, this bonus season, I guess you could call it, is amazing. So what did you?
And it's funny that you say that and you're speaking about this season in comparison to the current ones is because when TJ wasn't there at the challenge and someone's like, where's TJ? I thought, oh no, we're having like the little bit of the new school implemented into this episode where like, here comes the truck on the tarmac. And I'm like, oh God, are we going to have the whole like TJ and smoke and explosions, and we have this fancy bus and, you know, all of these special effects and money put into it. So there was a little bit of like a sprinkle of the new school, but I think the way that the game was laid out and just the instructions and like the entirety of the competition was more like an old school game, which was awesome. Overall about this challenge today though, I get disappointed in the female competitors, man. Like Kellyanne was the only one that made a basket.
Yep, correct. Only one, not one of the girls. Yeah, so if we're going to get into that, yeah, I mean, the girls didn't perform well at all. And my favorite one was when Jonna was like in a confessional. Yeah, I got it right this week. And she's like, oh, you know, I love flying under the radar. I do it on purpose. Like, I'm always flying under the radar. I'm like, no, Jonna, the only thing you're flying under is the bus because you're awful and you can't perform athletically. You're not doing it on purpose. So that killed me. But that was the comment on her for this.
But I was drinking the Kool-Aid at first when she said that, because they play that clip when she is doing fairly well. And I was sitting there thinking, like, go ahead, Jonna, like, good for you. You're doing great right now.
She made it across 4 beams, Jenna. They just made it look like it was longer.
And
she couldn't.
And I felt so embarrassed and crushed that I was cheering her on. And then the second she fell, I just thought, oh no. It's happening. Like, it was only a matter of time, and they did her dirty with that edit, making her seem like she's going to be competitive and that she's athletic and into this. And then she slips right after. I'm like, damn, it's like they have to be trolling her, right? Like they did that on purpose.
I was so